Hi, welcome to this Rapid TV News video. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief, and I'm here with Nicki Fisher, Director of Sales EMEA for Clearcom. So we're back here at IBC, Nicki. So what really has changed with Clearcom over these 3 years?
Well, as you can tell, it feels no different to what it looked like in 2019. It's IBC. But there's so much changed in the past 3 years. You know, we've introduced so many new products, we've helped and supported our customers, our channel, and more importantly as well, our employees as well through the pandemic. So, you know, in terms of support, Clearcom have been brilliant. When we initially started the pandemic, it was a real shock for the broadcast industry, and we all had to move to, instead of face-to-face meetings, Teams meetings very quickly. And our end customers obviously moved to remote production. So we had to very quickly get panels and clients in the houses because it was a completely different working environment. But I have to say that seemed like no different to the way that we serve the market, you know, now and how we'd served them in 2019. Communications is everywhere, and it's, you know, making people connect and talk to each other.
You know, it's almost like the industry year 2019 was gearing up for this change anyway.
Absolutely.
How did you see that with regards to, say, supply chain management? What changes have you seen in that in the time?
Yeah, I mean, the supply chain, obviously things hit in terms of the supply chain a little later in the pandemic when ships started to stop and it was more expensive to freight carry the components, and there was sort of this delay in what was happening with the supply chain. But the past few years, I think people have come to expect there's going to be slightly longer delivery times. They're going to have to put more planning and preparation into the projects that they're serving. But more importantly, you know, things are moving from a little away from hardware to more software-based solutions as well. So being able to provide clients like Agent IC and Station IC on the PCs very quickly, in quick turnaround, is ideal for those that are moving to more remote IP production.
Now, you mentioned the customers. Now, before we get into the technology they're using, what different pressures are you seeing for them with regard to cost pressures, budget pressures, and just doing business?
Yeah, I mean, it has changed from 2019. It was about cost, it was about budget, but now a lot of it is about availability. How quickly can you help and support us with the projects? How quickly can you be able to get creative solutions to us or loan us equipment to help us through a particularly challenging period? Because it really is all about, you know, deliverability, sustainability, and the future.
Now, one in the future from 3 years ago was IP broadcasting. Now it's very much the present. What do you think the key dynamics of this rush into IP?
Well, certainly the pandemic pushed everything very quickly. You know, we all started working in our homes. It was a matter of having that technology in their homes rather than in the office or in the studio. We had a lot of broadcasters, large broadcasters, move very, very quickly within a couple of days of the pandemic hitting to produce completely different workflows to what they had done previously. And those have been, you know, quite sustainable. But like I said, communications is everywhere. So although things like live events went very quiet, there was a whole new diversity of communications applications like medical, industrial, and those type of applications needed to support communications. So we saw the live business go down while everybody was at home. We saw the broadcast business go up and other adjacent market businesses as well. And then we actually saw the live market return past 12 months back to the levels of 2018.
Wow.
So
So we're here at IBC 2022. How is what you've got here reflecting those changes?
well, first time we've had the opportunity to show the IBC European and worldwide audience our new products. So Arcadia is our Arcadia Central Station is a product that was brought out last year that we have built upon for the future. It's an IP platform which is 16 ports up to 128 ports, all licensable, so people can update as they need it. It supports 2-wire, 4-wire, wireless technologies, and also 64 ports of Dante as well. And that will be the platform that we'll work on for the future to provide additional support for other types of applications as well.
But this industry is not just about technology, and you mentioned a really important word about diversity. Now, moving from diversity technology, how about diversity of people? What do you think is like the future of the industry is going to look like?
In terms of diversity, well, that's very close to my heart. I'm very passionate about diversity, as you know. Diversity, from a broadcast perspective, I've been involved very much with RISE, which is for gender diversity in the broadcast industry, from 6 years ago when we first started that. With the RISE mentoring schemes, the Rise Up Academy, which is the award-winning Rise Up Academy. As a manufacturer, we have been very supportive, not only providing equipment for training the next generation of broadcast technology and media engineers, but also providing support and help for that program in terms of sponsorship. So, it's really important that the future's ours to create, really. We have seen the broadcast industry change from being a very white, male-dominated industry. We're seeing a lot more diversity coming into the industry, but it's going to take some time. And working to get those people very, very early when they select science-based subjects at school.
Absolutely.
Is a really important thing to do.
Now, you mentioned time, and I need to finish on a very unfair time question. If we go fast forward into next year, what is the industry going to look like with this new diverse face? What's going to be the new technologies we're going to see?
Yeah, like I said, we're turning to more of a software-based industry than just purely hardware. We've come from a hardware 54 years of history, and that transition is going to take time, but we're starting to see that, certainly with the Arcadia platform, the licensable ports, the availability of clients to be able to load on your iOS or Android devices. That really is the future of the industry and the future of Intercom.
I look forward to seeing you. Nicki, thank you very much.
Lovely to speak to you.